This is going to be an introspective journaling for me. More like an audio journaling kind of thing, but if you want to listen to just a random stranger talk about how they're feeling, then yeah, you could put this in the background, you could watch it, it's up to you. If you don't, I'm not going to force you, but maybe there's something you could pick up here and there, so yeah, just enjoy the ride. So let's start. So, recently, what have I been doing? Well, I've been feeling a certain way. I mentioned in my YouTube shorts, I've been trying to get Daredevil's physique before Born Again comes out. And I'm still doing that, but what I mentioned was I've been feeling kind of down. And not down as in I'm sad, but down as in confused. I talked to my sister today about this, and so I'm gonna be kind of open with you. All right. I feel like here's the two important questions that I have that I haven't answered yet, but I'm getting somewhere closer to an answer, and that is, what is my goal, and why am I here? And so let me explain. If there is no goal, right, then you have no vision. And without that vision, there is no direction. Without there being a direction, there really is no direction for you in life. Like, what is your goal in life? Like, what is that thing, your purpose? You know? If you don't even have that goal, right? Forget about how difficult it is. Just the concept of a goal being there for you, right? If that's not there, then you don't really have anywhere to go to. And if you don't have anywhere to go to, you're just sitting idle, having the time pass away. You are slowly decaying. You know, I used to feel like this a lot more, and this reminds me of middle school. This was a lot. This was kind of embarrassing, but I guess at the time, like, I actually felt like this at the time, but looking back at it, it's like, why did I post that? I used to use Snapchat a lot. I remember one of the things I posted was on my story, do you ever feel like you're just slowly decaying in life? And I remember, like, one of my friends, he actually agreed with me on that. He's doing good now, but I remember, like, yeah, I mean, I felt like I wasn't really doing anything. I was wasting my time, and I would say I'm in a much better place now in terms of mentally and physically, spiritually, emotionally, all that. But, like, especially now, like, I realized, like, what is my goal? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And I think one of the big things that made me really feel like this is, like, okay, so, like, usually, like, it's like I'm at that age where I'm gonna, like, starting my career. I'm gonna be building that foundation of, like, my adulthood, pretty much, right? So I'm in university right now, doing computer science. It's my first time saying this, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, and so I'm doing computer science, and so far I'm doing pretty good. And I don't hate it. Yet. Do I love it? I find it interesting. I find it pretty cool that you're able to do many different things, and really whatever you want to do, you can use your knowledge in computer science and be able to really do whatever you want, whether that's making a shopping cart app, or, you know, creating a whole social media app, or whatever. Like, whatever you want to do, you can use your knowledge in that in that whole topic or field or whatever, and apply it to whatever you want to do. So it's very cool, and I am interested in it. However, I don't know if I would say it's my flow state. And I say flow state because I've watched some videos of Hamza recently. I don't really watch him anymore as much as I used to. But I recently, like, came across, like, his recent videos. I'm like, you know what, let me check it out. And they were actually pretty good. I'm still in the process of watching some of them. Some of them, I would say, don't really apply to me, or at least some parts of them don't. But I'm still continuing the videos. But one big thing is like, because, like, so, like, let's go back to the questions. What is my goal, and why am I here? Like I remember like when I first started college, right? Fall semester. I remember I actually like I had a business idea. Not like I wanted to start a business during that semester, but more like eventually I want to. And even now, like maybe I would want to, although that passion has kind of died down. That wanting has kind of died down. But back then, like I really wanted to do it. I remember every single night I would watch like a couple of videos, like in a course it was free, and I would take notes on, how to do this idea, just taking notes. And I pretty much finished the whole course, right, for the most part. And so the next steps would be applying that knowledge, right, and trying to get closer to doing some research in the real world, and trying to eventually form this business. And now it's like I'm not against the idea, but I can't really strongly say I'm for it. I don't think the person I am now would spend those nights looking at those videos and taking notes again. Maybe I'm lazier, but I don't really think it's that simple. I think it's a lack of direction. Like I can't really say that business idea is my goal anymore, and so what is my goal? Going back to middle school, when I was in middle school, that's like I had a friend who had a YouTube channel, right? Everyone wanted to be a YouTuber. Even now everyone wants to be a YouTuber, right? And so I eventually started a YouTube channel, just gaming here and there a little. In high school, I remember this is my time to prove to myself and everyone like this is like if I want to do YouTube, I really got to do it and be successful in this, or else it's game over pretty much, right? I have to go get a job or whatever. I did YouTube, but I didn't really take it serious. I remember there would be sleepless nights where I would just get these ideas flowing in my head. In that flow state, I'm just getting ideas. I'm like, I gotta write the script and all that. And I wrote a lot of scripts. I made a lot of videos, and some of them were half edited. Some of them were never uploaded, but I did work on videos a lot in the past. And now, or I guess, okay. And so back then, right, I wasn't able to really achieve the goal, and mainly because it was my fault, because I kind of gave up halfway. I kind of stopped doing that. And so, and I remember I wanted to do acting, right? I actually, at one point, wanted to do acting. I was in a theater class, and I actually, I would say I was pretty passionate. I even did a performance, me and my classmates, we went to some sort of, I guess performance, they were judges, and I actually got a high rating, one of, I would say the highest, except I got a superior rating, which is the highest. Not from all the judges, but my overall rating was superior, which was nice. And that was my first time. But after that, I didn't really do it. And so with acting, I actually went to an agency, and this was I think when I was in, middle school. I think, yeah. Or was it middle school? I think around that time. And I remember, it's definitely middle school. And I remember, eventually we got to the point where we were ready to sign, and eventually my dad said no. And that was, it was a big commitment. I would have to travel here and there, and I was in middle school, and I was actually kind of struggling a little. It's a very big commitment, and so I don't really blame him for saying no, you're not going to do this. And I remember us driving back from there. I remember I actually started tearing up, I remember my mom saying hey, bro, what if this is thing? What if this becomes big, And looking back at it, it pains me a little, At the same time, there are good things that there are some good things of me not going into that, because right now, right, so one thing I kind of convinced myself, it's I'm doing computer science, right? And then in the past, I had a huge, strong passion for acting and actually even directing, making movies and stories and all that. But one thing I tell myself now is that, oh, well, the industry, Hollywood, right? It's very toxic. Its values don't, my values can't really coexist. Our values are very different. And though the overall industry, I mean, you have the writer's strike, it's not a good industry right now, it's not really good. A lot of bad stuff happens there. Okay, but I don't have to be in the industry, or even people with my values are in the industry and they're doing pretty well. And you have people outside the industry, they're on their own and they're doing pretty well as well. So what's the deal with that? Well, and see, like Hamza was talking about this, where he said, like, in the moment, your flow state, maybe it's not that profitable. Maybe it's like very difficult for you to get by. But in the moment, like in the long term, if you are really passionate about this, not just passionate, but like if you put in the work and you like, this is your top skill, you dedicate your life to this, like you're going to become like very good at it, where like you're a high skilled, high level value person in this when it comes to this specific skill. And you can become successful, very successful, right? And so now, does that mean, I'm guaranteed? Like, no, if I have to put in the work in order for that to happen, right? So does that mean, okay, I drop out now, right? Like, does that mean, like, no, obviously not. Why? Because first off, I don't even know what my flow state is. I don't know what my goal is. I don't know why I'm here now. I mean, I'm a Christian, right? I am a Christian, so I know what my number one purpose is: to follow Christ, to love God and love others. Like, that is what me as a Christian, like, that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Now, there's different ways in how I can express that, right? You can do that through, just maybe in computer science. Maybe I get a career in with my colleagues every now and then. Maybe I have a conversation about that with them, like, hey, what do you believe in? And maybe it plants a seed. Maybe one thing leads to another, and maybe they start thinking about the topic of, is there a God, or is Christianity true? Like, they start thinking about it more, and it maybe eventually leads to them being saved, right? Or maybe I develop some sort of application related to Christianity or whatever. I don't know. But the thing is, right now, how do I feel? I feel like there's a sense of lack of direction. I have ideas. Like, it's like what do I... Because the thing is, like, my thing right now is, even like I'm not saying I want to drop out. I don't want to drop out yet. It's scary. And not just that scary, it's because there is nothing else. It's not like, I'm so passionate about drawing or acting. Like no. With acting, I would say it's interesting, but it's not something I really want to do. I would say what I am very interested in is making stories. Now, movies, that'll be very cool, but that takes a lot of time and effort, and maybe I am lazy. I am kind of lazy. But a huge thing is, with me being in computer science, right, in university, it's very difficult to also be doing short films during that. When I was in high school, or not just high school, middle school, like, I would make YouTube videos, but I also, for one of my classes, I made like a short film for like a movie, right, that I would do. And you know what one cool thing was? Like, in the class, like, out of all the classes, we had same class, but you had different periods, right? So like multiple classes, but same topic, same course. And so everyone made their videos, and all the classes would rate each video in all the different classes. And so I had a friend, and he won Best Picture, and he did an animated short film, and he was actually the first. So good on him, But one thing I'm happy about is I also got an award. What was that award? Best Writing. It wasn't Best Picture, but that award, specifically Best Writing, that made me happy. My visuals weren't that impressive. My audio, I would say that was my weakest. But the writing, the story in that, I would say was my best. And getting that award was like, man, this is it. Actually, do I have it here? No, I think it's back at home. But I back then, yeah, like I was a lot closer. And actually, so like for this year, I had some New Year's resolution goals. I'll list some of them right now. One was, okay, it wasn't getting the Daredevil physique by the end of this year, but it was more so getting started, like just in the process. Second would be finishing the Bible by the end of the year. This has been my New Year's resolution for like 2, maybe even 3 years. So again, I've been kind of procrastinating, but I will say I'm on track actually, because like I the plan from the beginning of this year was to read 2 chapters a day, and I have, but obviously there are some periods where I just don't, and so I was kind of behind. And so I basically calculated that, okay, I would need to read 4 chapters a day if I want to finish by the end of the year. And so actually what I've been doing recently is I've been waking up early in the morning at like 6 a.m. Not 6 a.m. I try to, but more realistically it becomes 6:20 or maybe 6:40. Like that, 6:20, 6:40. Today, it's Saturday, and I did go to bed too late. That's my fault. I will accept that it is my fault. I'm not going to make excuses. But I woke up at 6:42. Not bad for a first week. And so, yeah, so I would wake up early in the morning and read 4 chapters. Actually, Hamza, and like a lot of his self-improvement videos, including Hamza, they say the same stuff, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I think after a certain point, you tend to kind of waste your time, because it's like you're not really doing anything. You're just hearing the same thing over and over. You go out and do something, right? But every now and then, though, there is something new that you do learn, or that clicks in your mind that you have heard before, but didn't really click, if that makes sense. And so I did not hear this before, and it makes complete sense. But when Hamza, obviously Hamza didn't create this concept, but he was talking about it, where he said, like in the beginning of the morning, right, you should eat your frog, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing it, but pretty much eat your frog, like eat a frog in the morning, not a literal frog, but pretty much if you're able to do like the hardest task first thing in the morning, the rest of the day will be easier, right? And he was basically saying like, the days, right, can make a week makes a month makes a year. Like pretty much, like every single day is important to you, right? Because you can do so much. It contributes to who you are, what is your life like, right? And so usually, right, if we have a bad morning, our days are kind of bad, right? They can be bad. And so if you are able to get the hardest thing done in the morning, you are faced with the hardest thing and you've overcome it in the beginning of the day, everything else is much easier compared to what you already went through. If you ate a frog, right, eating chicken is going to be much easier to you. Eating pork is going to be much easier to you. I mean, obviously, I'm ignoring, like maybe your religion, right? Maybe it doesn't allow that, but ignoring that for a second, pretty much going through the most difficult thing, right, in the moment. After that, it's going to be much easier with what you encounter. So for me, reading the Bible, right, I would say it was very difficult, because I was like, 2 chapters, fine, and then maybe like, okay, I'll read later, and like eventually I would just not read for maybe like a week or a week and a half, or maybe even 2, and so that's what. So like for now, that is my eat the frog in the morning, and I've been doing pretty good. And actually, one thing I noticed is I'm actually able to understand more. Before it was more like I kind of understand it, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to read like the footnotes or like the summaries underneath, because like I have a study Bible, so that's what I use, and it helps a lot. But now reading it, and I'm actually surprised, like I'm actually able to understand more than usual, and maybe it's because that's just the first thing I do. There is no, okay, let me get breakfast, let me talk to people, let me go on my phone a little, let me listen to some music, or like, no, it's just eating my frog, if that makes sense. And so that's good. And so I'm happy that I'm not necessarily just laying in bed just being lazy, you know. I would say when it comes to nofap, I'm doing better. Before, this could be a whole separate video, but I'll say for now I'm doing better. Recently, before, I was kind of slipping back in and not doing so good, but now I'm doing much better. Although still not perfect. And so when it comes to, like, I guess my lifestyle right now, right? A new semester started, and sorry if I'm rambling on, but again, this is just me introspective journaling. So if you're still listening, I appreciate it, you know. Hopefully, I don't know, this isn't too weird for you. But anyways, let me continue. And so with the new semester, it's pretty good so far, and I realize that I am going to have a lot of time during the semester, or at least a decent amount of time for me to be able to do other stuff. So this first week was really just a test run. I didn't really try and be the most productive. Like, I just did wake up in the morning very early, read my 4 chapters, right? And then do whatever I had to do in the day. So maybe go to the gym. Maybe I can't do my whole workout. Fine, I'll go to the gym, at least do bench, or at least do squat, right? Go to class. Just figure out how the schedule is. And so I mentioned this in one of my YouTube shorts, but I went to the gym with a friend, right? And I actually not like I've been going to the gym with one of my friends, and I'm gonna have to break it up. I'm gonna have to break up with them, you know. I haven't told him yet. I plan on telling him today, actually. So we'll see how that goes. But the reason is because our schedules just don't match. They don't match. And I can't really waste my time, you know, waiting for him, because if I'm being honest, like, he's kind of, he is not a morning person, right? So I kind of just wait. And my classes are in the day. Like, I want to have time during the day, so I'm able to do other tasks. I want to get the hard stuff out of the way. If I can read my Bible, 4 chapters, and then go to the gym and then class, like, and it's what, maybe noonish, maybe 1, 2, bro, that's amazing. That is amazing. And then what? The rest of the day I can do some homework, I can do some classwork or whatever. Like, you know, like, I can do other tasks. And, you know, I just have to have priorities. And so, and also, I will have more time to find what exactly is my goal. Because if I have that goal, then I have somewhat of a direction. And so what exactly is my goal? Like, that's the main thing. You know, I'm kind of rambling on here and there. But what is my goal? I think one thing that led me to having this question is actually my friend. My friend's very smart. He's a nice person, but unknowingly, right? He, not intentionally, he doesn't do this intentionally, but he annoys me sometimes. Because he's also in computer science, and I would say he is more passionate. He wants to make video games and stuff like that, which is good for him. For me, at one point I did want to do or try video games, but the thing is, I would say with my values, right? Because I think a lot of people today are addicted to video games. They're kind of waste a lot of their time, their life on it. And so if I make a really cool video game, right, I feel like that kind of contributes to that. I'm not saying, like, if you play a video game, you're ruining your life, or if you create one, you're ruining everyone's lives. I'm not saying that, but you are kind of contributing to that happening even more. And I don't really want that, you know. What I am more passionate about, right? Actually, well, let me, I gotta make sure I don't go everywhere. So yeah, I mean, so that's basically him. He's very smart. But every now and then, like, if it's a slight thing, like, that I say wrong, like it could be, like, the most, like, maybe I mispronounce, or not mispronounce, but, like, maybe if I don't know, say the wrong term for something, right? He'll correct me. And it's not like he wants to sound smart or anything, but it's like, it's just a natural thing for him. And, like, he's very, he's a smart guy, but he talks a lot here and there, like, out of nowhere. We're like, he's like, oh no, it's actually like this, and it actually works like this, and, like, it kind of makes me feel dumb sometimes, right? And I had thoughts where like, man, I'm kind of mad. I wouldn't say anything, but like, yeah, I would feel that way. And so actually for like the past couple of days, I've been kind of quiet, self-reflecting on myself, because the thing is, I felt like, and not just the past couple of days, in the past recently, I felt some sense of like, I mean, you can call it jealousy, you can call it insecurity, but pretty much this angry feeling towards him, towards me. And the thing is, he isn't the problem. He's not the problem. It's me. Because, you know, he's passionate about something. Game development. That's what he wants to pursue, and that's good. I'm happy for him. But what about me? I don't know where I want to go. Now, I have an idea of what kind of life I want. Here's what I want in life. Alright? I want to have a family. I want a wife. I want children. Maybe 2 to 4. I don't know. Right? That'd be pretty cool. I would like to be married young, have kids young, not like 22. No way. I'm not ready. Like, cause actually at one point I thought, you know, I want to get married at 23 and have kids maybe like 25. You know. But the thing is, I don't think I'm ready for that. I do not think I'm ready for that. Most realistically, 25 when I get married. I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool. Am I saying, oh, 25, I'm just going to find someone, like, get married as fast? Like, no. I'm saying, if like, I would prefer it, that age for me to be married. You know, I would like to get that done when I'm young. I would like to be young when that happens, you know, so I can enjoy more with the person I meet and have more time with my future kids, right? So that's kind of the life I want. I want to have a family. I want to grow a family, and I also want, let's say, a job for now. I want a job that doesn't take over my life. I want a high-paying job, right? That pays me very well, isn't time-consuming, that's meaningful, and that I know isn't bad. Like, I don't want to work for a company where I just disagree in terms of values, but I get paid a lot. Like, no. Like, I don't think I would be able to sleep at night. And so with that, right, and I also want a job where it's flexible, where I'm able to go to the gym, spend time with family, and maybe do some other hobbies or whatever. But the thing is, I would say I'm kind of like an entrepreneur in a way, or at least that's the type of person I want to be. I don't really want to be working in a job until I'm 60 or whatever. I actually want to start a company. That's why I was actually doing the business notes for a business idea that I had. That's what I mentioned before. I still have those notes, and I could still act on it. And so the thing is, like, I'm very, like, that's what I would want, actually. Like, I think, actually, I remember I wrote this down. I might still have it somewhere. But pretty much, like, my future wife, I would love it. I mean, obviously, other things, like, you know, has to be Christian, good values, would be a good mother and all that, you know, healthy, beautiful, all that. But I would love it if it's not just me, you know, with this business, but also, like, we are both partners. It's just us against the world. Like, that is amazing when you think about it, right? That's amazing. That's epic. But I mean, obviously, me saying this, is that gonna happen just because I'm saying it? No, I gotta put the work in. But again, I'm just saying what I want. What do I want? You know? Because if I know what I want, then I have somewhat of a goal. If I have a goal, I have a direction, and with that direction, I know where to go in life. So what is that I want? Well, that's the kind of life I want. You know, I see computer science, and this is what I say to myself, and maybe you can tell me if this is an excuse or not. Part of me says this is an excuse, but the other part of me says, no, this is actually kind of rational. I see computer science as a stepping stone to what I want. It's a very rewarding, profitable field, right? And a lot of the jobs, a lot of careers, very high paying. And because it's very high paying, very rewarding, it seems very good, and if I'm secure, right, here's the big thing. If I'm secure financially, that I have a job, right, if I'm secure in that, then I'm able to take some more risks, especially when I'm younger, right? Because with computer science jobs, you can earn a lot of money, right? Like 100K plus, in some cases 150, right? Or even more. It depends on your position, or it depends on how long you've been there, or how good you are, or what company. But again, like in general, very high paying. Very high paying. And so I see that as a way for me to be able to try things out on the side. Maybe a business idea on the side. Let's say, I don't know, I want to start a bakery. I don't really plan on starting a bakery. I don't know. I just thought of that as an example. But let's say I want to start a bakery. Okay, so while I'm doing my job, right, on the side, maybe when I'm done with my work, me and my wife, maybe we look at some business concepts, right? We learn from other businesses. What are other people doing? Okay, this could be our logo. Maybe this is the type of cookies we could make. This is how we would sell them. Where would this location be? We start small, grow big on the side, and if that's successful, then we go into that. I actually have a friend, and I believe his mom actually did that, right? His mom and his dad. His dad, he actually worked in computer science, again, very broad term, but I'm just going to say computer science. But he quit that. And him and his wife, they pursued their business idea. That's amazing. Very amazing. So that's something I would want. Something I would very much like. I actually have this book idea. I'm not going to talk about the ideas because I don't want one of you intelligent, smart, beautiful people to take that idea and run off with it. But I think it's a pretty good idea. Now, the thing is, here's my biggest thing. I need to start writing. Like, the thing is, I've never really written a book. I've never done that, so I don't know how that would be. But I think the first thing you really should do is just type. Just start typing something. I haven't even typed it. I know the general idea, I've made like a short film on this, right? This is the thing that got like the best award, but it's like, or not best award, but like best writing. But it's like, and I think this is the big problem with me, where it's me. I'm the problem. It's that I don't start. I don't, like, for example, like, when was the last time I made a video? Right? Now, sure, I was kind of busy with classes here and there, but no, I had a lot of time to make a video. YouTube Shorts, cool and all, but YouTube Shorts can't just be everything, That's, how many videos, pictures of me you want to see me as shirtless? Like, it's, like, eventually, after a while, it's like, alright, I just see more chest here, And so that's what I want, really. Obviously, I also want a life where not only do I have a family and meaningful career or business, right? That'd be very nice. But also meaningful, purposeful, and also one that is always God first. Jesus first. That's very important to me. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you don't necessarily believe in Jesus. And hey, obviously, as a Christian, I would want you to be a Christian, but I can't just force you, right? That's not how Christianity exactly works, so that's fine. Obviously, I would want you to become a Christian, but we can talk about that at a different time. For me, though, that's what I want, though. I'm kind of rambling on here, but that's what I want. Now, so I was thinking about this, and I think this is kind of my direction, right? Because I don't know if I'm strong enough, right? Like, okay, because I feel like this is a bit early for me to talk, to say, oh, I'm not strong enough to drop out or like quit this thing and just pursue those things that I believe will be successful. The things, I don't know what those things are, and I have an idea on what they might be. I have an idea. here's some things that I want to try. Right. I want to try writing a book. I really do. Do I expect it to be as popular as Harry Potter because it's my first book or whatever? Like no. Especially because it is my first book, no. But I want to try it. I want to see how that feels. I want to see how well I do. Maybe through this, I could promote it. I have no idea. But forget about promotion. Forget about how successful it is. First things first, just start writing. That's what I got to do. Another thing is I want to be more consistent in this. I have a lot of ideas, to shoot. Because the thing is, the whole point of, like, for example, this is good. This is good what I'm doing right now, talking to the camera, to myself, to you, to your dog, This is supposed to be showing what exactly a self-improvement journey looks like. And right now, what does it look like? It looks like I don't know what I'm doing, And that's what it can be like sometimes. And so, what do I think? Well, here's one idea I have. Because I don't know what I want to do exactly, like, because I also said this before, because obviously I've said, like, what I want in life. I want a wife, I want kids, I want, all that stuff. But if everything fails, like, so the reason I say computer science, why, like, let me just stay here for, like let me just stay in this career. And also, I could try other things on the side, and eventually, if that succeeds, I can go into. The reason I say computer science, and not just, let me just jump to those things, is because if everything fails, if my book doesn't succeed, if my business ideas don't succeed, if my businesses don't succeed, if, I don't know, my movies, my short films don't succeed, if my product doesn't succeed, whatever, the worse my life will look like is I have a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, and a high-paying job that's 9 to 5. That is the worst my life will look like. And if that's the worst, then I'm happy. I really am. But does that mean I'm just gonna sit with that? Like, no, I want to pursue more. I want to know that I tried and gave it my all. Because I will be happy knowing that, hey, everything failed, but I know I tried. That I did something. And not just dreamed about it or thought about it. I will be much more happy then. I really would. And so, what is my plan right now? Well, my plan right now is this. I believe that computer science, right, is a stepping stone. So I need to strengthen that stepping stone. Now, I'm getting to that point where I should be doing internships soon, or starting internships soon. And one thing that can help is kind of having some projects, some things to show, like, hey, I worked on this, I did this, I have an idea on one thing I want to work on. And this is actually something I'm actually kind of passionate about. So it's kind of cool that computer science actually relates to this, and this actually deals with a problem, right, that I had, that I thought, it would be really cool if there was something, like maybe an app or a website that, would help me do this because I have this problem. And the cool thing is, there really is no other website or app that deals with this problem, right, to my knowledge. Maybe there is something out there, but me looking for websites or apps like that, or at least websites, I didn't find anything. So that's pretty cool. The big thing is, I gotta start. I just need to start. And that's a lot of things. Maybe for you, maybe you have a goal or something and you just want to start. Like, I think that's just the big thing. You just gotta start. I gotta start. Not like, I don't know who you are. Maybe you're doing very well in life, but I'm just saying it because maybe you're in the same boat as me. Maybe we're kind of lazy here and there, but also we know we're capable of much more. I gotta start. So if I am able to get that, and also I have a friend who has a job already, so I'm happy for him, and I need to call him. Just say, hey, how are you doing? And can you please get me a job? No, I'm joking. But just ask him for advice. You know, what should I do? And you know, actually a good idea. And man, see, I keep procrastinating this. It's like him and I are very similar. We are. Not identical, but are similar. And you know what? I would not be surprised if he has probably felt like this, or maybe he does feel like this, like me. And so I need to talk to him about this stuff. I need to see, like, hey, do you have doubts? Do you feel like this? You know, because like for me, I've had doubts where like, do I really belong in computer science? Do I belong in university? You know, you might say like, oh, just join like a business major or something. But the thing is, like, from what I've heard, like, getting a business degree is kind of useless for like maybe I'm wrong, you know, but it's not the most helpful, because a lot of the knowledge you like, it kind of trains you to be in the corporate world, like work for someone, not necessarily have your own business. And also you can learn all that knowledge outside of college. Now you could say the same thing for computer science, which is fair, but I would say with computer science, a lot of the positions require you to have that degree. Creating a business, you don't really need a degree. Maybe it does help in certain cases, but you don't need it. But the thing is, I don't really have that interest in going to university to get a degree to then start a business. Like, no. One thing that my dad has been telling me to do, and I'm not against it, but I wouldn't say I'm for it yet, is doing a master's degree. And my dad says, because I mean, my dad doesn't know any of this. He doesn't know how I feel, like what I'm saying exactly right now. And so one thing he says is I should do a master's degree, and I'm not against that, right? But the thing is, it's like, if I'm treating computer science as a stepping stone, I need to be careful to make sure it is not the stone, you know, like not the destination, right? Because I think my dad, like, I love him, very good father. Obviously, no one is perfect, you know, he has its flaws, some big flaws, but at the end of the day, he's still my dad, and I appreciate everything he has done and is still doing for me. I love him. But at the same time, I see that, like, the way I would describe him is kind of like wherever the wind blows. Like he's a very strong person, very passionate, very energetic, but I would say wherever the wind blows, that's where all his energy goes. So sometimes he goes this way, sometimes he goes that way. There is no clear, straight line that he goes towards. If the wind blows this way, he goes this way. If it blows this way, he goes this way. If it blows this way, he goes this way. You know? Because, I mean, there are times where it's like, you know what? Like, yeah, you should, you know, invest, you know, real estate, you know, you should, you know, get, like, franchisees, like you know, business mind, you know? And he does kind of have that business mind. But the thing is, he's also, like, you get master's degree, you know, you have to talk very well to colleagues, and like you have to get in high positions. It's like, okay, you're kind of like telling me to do this in this aspect of like the workforce, but you're also telling me to like be this as in this entrepreneur. Like I feel like, and also with my dad, it's like one of the big things, I feel like I've never been able to really talk to my dad openly about certain things, like stuff like this especially. And even, like, I wouldn't really say it's embarrassing, maybe kind of sad, but, like, girls. In middle school, like, I was very shy, and actually I lost a lot of my friends because of girls. I didn't know how to talk to girls, so as soon as those girls started entering the friend groups, I was so shy. I kind of, like, if anything, I myself isolated from the group, and because of that, I kind of lost my friends. And my dad never really talked to me about just talking to girls. Not like in the sense of getting with them in a relationship, but just more so just, hey, there's normal people. They can be your friend, you know. Don't end up in a relationship with them, but like, there's normal people. There's nothing to be shy about, you know. That never really happened. Now I would say I'm much better, you know. But the thing is, like, all the struggle and everything, like I kind of went through that in terms of like, let's say, social struggle. Although I would say my dad did help me to like not be shy in certain areas, but it's one of those things where it's like, again, good people, but they're also flawed. So yeah. But I think here's the general thing where I'm at right now. Basically, I need to continue computer science and build it up as a safety net for myself. So that way, if everything fails, if the whole world is burning and falling apart, I have something to rely on. That is one thing. Another thing is I need to be finding that flow state, finding things that really attract me, in the sense of like writing a book, right? Writing a book, or the project, the computer science project I talked about. Now that thing kind of plays in both. It's something that I am interested in, and it's also something that could be used for like a resume, to show stuff like, hey, I did this in the past, hire me now. And so yeah, those are some things. Another thing is this YouTube, because the thing is, I'm not saying it will, but it would be pretty cool, right? If this channel actually works out, I don't know how these long form videos will exactly work out, but I would imagine, hey, maybe there is someone out there that kind of enjoys this. And so what is my plan exactly? I've been kind of rambling on, but I feel like I'm getting somewhere closer with all this. I think the main thing is I need to find that flow state. Not just find, I need to start. I want to write, okay, I got to start writing. I want to work on that project, I got to start typing code. And I think another big thing is I need to stop wasting time, and I think I have been doing a better job, but there are many things I want to get much smarter at. Finance being one thing, and before I would watch videos about like from Stephen Graham and Andre Geek. I have no idea how you say his last name. But the thing is, like, as good as those videos are, they're very too fast for me, and also not just that, but they are advanced. And if I want to understand the main idea, I need to watch like 2 or 3 times. I need to watch the same video 2 or 3 times. And so I realized I'm a baby. I can't be chewing hard food right now. So I need to start small from somewhere. Now, there are some things I do know. My dad has told me before, but I'm still very much a baby. So one thing I've been doing is I've been watching Minority Mindset. And specifically his, I think it's called How Money Works playlist. It's a very good playlist. If you know nothing about money, I recommend you watch that playlist. It's helped me, and I would say I know more now, or I have a better grasp on certain things. And so, yeah, and so I want to develop these skills, actually. So like, I'm also reading some books. This was also part of my New Year's resolutions for this year, not just finishing the Bible by the end of the year, which I believe I will be able to, but also reading 4 books. I read 4 Hour Work Week, good book, but I think I could have applied it more to my life. Maybe I will do that later on. I'm reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins right now. I should be done. I'm supposed to be done with this by the end of this month, but I don't know if I will be able to. But I definitely have to get it done. I'm on like page 130, I think, so I got some work to do. And then my mom got me this book. It's a finance book, so it's not too long. And then for the 4th book, I have no idea, but pretty much even if I don't get 4 books, I want to get close. I want to tell myself, all right, I tried, I read, I procrastinated a lot, but I at least got a good amount of stuff out of trying to achieve this goal. And also the physique, be in shape, this YouTube channel. My goal was to get 100 subscribers, and hey, I got a lot more than that. I did not know YouTube Shorts really worked like that, so that's amazing. And so yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. And so I think I can end the video, but to summarize, to give myself a final statement from this whole introspective audible journaling session number 1, if you want to call it that. You know, initially I started this with, why am I here? What is my goal? I think I'm able to kind of answer what is my goal by saying that, okay, my goal, I would want a wife, I would want children, I want a life where my career, right, my business, my job, whatever, doesn't take over my life, preferably a business, right? But obviously I can't just, all right, first thing I'm doing first, screw the book, screw my major, whatever, I'm just going to start a business. It doesn't work like that. So I think starting, and so wife, kids, business, right, or job / business, career doesn't take over my life. God first. Very flexible life where I'm able to go work out and have a good house and, you know, not have my life like where I don't feel like I'm trapped, right? That's the kind of life I want. And so that's what I want. Now, how do I get that? I also want my thing to be purposeful. I want my career to be purposeful. So how do I get that? Well, I need to have something how I can monetize. And actually, reading the 4-Hour Workweek was kind of cool because it actually shows that, yeah, anyone can really do this. You know, just find that thing and try and monetize it. I mean, obviously, it goes a little deeper, but I'm not going to give a whole 4-Hour Workweek summary right now. But yeah, and so basically, I just need to try different things out, writing a book. And also, I need to, and like maybe this YouTube channel, keep on being consistent, more consistent, please. And also be consistent in the gym, you know, learn other skills like finance and all that. And with computer science, keep on doing it. Keep on doing. Don't just do the bare minimum. Like, get good at it. Get good at it. You don't have to be Steve Jobs level. You don't. Although you should try, but it's not exactly the destination, if that makes sense. Because this isn't, again, for me, I'm treating computer science as a stepping stone to what I want. I do not want to be a coder for the rest of my life. That's not what I want. All right? School's coding is, to me, that's not the type of person I am. You know? I'm not pulling my hair out, but at the same time, I can't say, bro, when I wake up in the morning, computer science, man, coding, functions, methods, getter, setter, like, no. It's cool and all, you know, it's very cool to know about, and I would say there are certain parts that I do enjoy, but it's not like I can confidently say this is my flow state. At the same time, again, it's my stepping stone, and I would say this project idea that I have that I really should work on, I need to start. That's the big, just start. If anything, if I got any eureka moment in all this, it's just start. And so I need to start, you know, working on the project, the book. Actually, the book was supposed to be my New Year's goal for this year, but thing is, kind of procrastinated. That never happened. And I don't want to just start it, or not start, but I don't want to try and rush and finish it now. Just to say, oh, I did it, you know, like, no, I want this to be good. I want to start, but I don't want to finish it this year. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Trying to find out what that flow state is while also building that safety net, which is computer science. Keep on being consistent in what I'm doing right now and grow further, right? Grow further. And don't stop, keep moving forward. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. And so, you know, actually, this was very helpful. If you are still here, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about how I feel. You know, and if anything, I actually feel better now. I really feel better. The past couple of days, I was kind of down, not sad, but confused, and I feel better now. And if you are here, I thank you for listening to me. If you're feeling confused, if you just want to talk it out or whatever, obviously I'm not in person with you, but maybe if you want to just type it in the comment section, or if you want to talk at a wall or in a mirror or in a camera or whatever, like, go ahead, or talk to a friend, you know. Just, this was like, I'm by myself right now, no one is here with me, right? And this was helpful. It really was. And so try it out. Maybe it'll help you, and hope you have a nice day, and we're all gonna make it just one step at a time, alright? Don't give up. I believe in you.